Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ask Top, sponsored by MentorMilitary.com. I'm your host, Command Sergeant Major Retired Mark Garrett. And before we get into today's presentation and discussion, I'd like to share with you our sincere thanks to all of our fans. We greatly appreciate you visiting AskTop.net, MentorMilitary.com. All the likes, the engagements, the subscriptions, the comments. It really builds our morale knowing that we're helping you. So, if you have any questions or any ideas for future classes or presentations, please reach out to us on Facebook and let us know, and we'll take a look at those for possible inclusion in future presentations. So once again, thank you for all the help and support, and we look forward to continue to provide you great presentations. Welcome back. Today on Ask Top, we're going to discuss rehabilitative transfers and rehabilitative measures. Notice I said measures and transfers. Measures are things like corrective training, counseling, designed to correct substandard performance, and rehab transfers actually involve transferring a soldier to another element or unit. So our reference for today is 35-200, which is active duty enlisted separations. It covers rehabilitative measures, transfers, and separation actions. So why is it important to rehabilitate a soldier? Bottom line, we put a big investment into those soldiers. Our soldiers are our most precious resource. We put tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars into their training, education, professionalism, and that all depends on where they're at in their career. The farther along they are in their career, the more expensive and the higher the investment is. So what is the purpose of doing rehab measures and rehab transfers? Protect that investment. It's that simple. And it also stops us from creating a vacancy that our recruiters have to fill. If we separate someone, that creates a vacancy that the recruiters have to fill. It costs us more time and money. So we want to take care of the soldier. We want to take care of the Army. Have some empathy, be professional, grow in experience, and let's learn how to rehabilitate our soldiers and to transfer them when necessary. So when is it appropriate? Really, it's always appropriate. There's some mandatory conditions when you can't help but separate a soldier. But you should always try to rehabilitate a soldier with rehabilitative measures or transfers. Now, commanders have to ensure that rehab measures and counseling take place in the following conditions: involuntary separation for parenthood, personality disorder, physical or mental conditions, unsatisfactory performance, minor infractions, patterns of misconduct, and overweight. All of those require adequate counseling and rehabilitative measures. Counseling requirements. There has to be at least one formal counseling done before separation can begin, and there has to be evidence that the deficiencies continued after that counseling statement. Now, there can also be more counselings, and the number and frequency of those are discretionary. But one counseling is all it takes if deficiencies continue. The counseling must be comprehensive in nature. It must be done in accordance with Chapter 17 of 635-200, which basically is the magic statement. It discusses types of discharges, education benefits, stuff like that. What do you want to do if you want to get your disability upgraded, those type of things. And it must be recorded on a DA Form 4856. So, rehabilitative measures are required before initiating separation. There are some exceptions. Trainees will be recycled. Other than trainees, like individuals at permanent duty stations, will be locally reassigned at least once with a minimum of 3 months of duty in each unit. Reassignments are between battalion and higher units. There is such a thing as a PCS transfer, but it's rare, very rare. It means that a soldier has incredible potential, but for some reason we cannot rehab them at the current duty station. Therefore, we're going to allow them to PCS because that's the only way they're going to get a fair shot. Again, very rare. So I said exceptions apply, so let's talk about waivers. First, counseling cannot be waived. It must occur. Rehab transfer requirements can be waived if it's an entry-level performance or conduct, unsatisfactory performance, minor discipline infractions, or patterns of misconduct. So if a commander determines based on sound judgment and common sense that a transfer would not do any good, they don't have to do it. So you want to keep your commander on your side. Now, rehab transfers do not apply in the following conditions: 2 PT failures, pregnancy and entry-level training, disruptive or potentially suicidal behavior, active resistance to rehab, soldiers assigned to smaller units in remote locations. We'll talk about that in another part of this series. Situations in which transfers would be detrimental to soldiers and the Army, or the Army. So this is an underutilized tool. It's something that as young leaders we should use, show soldiers empathy and compassion, grow our experience. Once we've used all the tools in our tool bag, if we believe the soldier has potential, be mature enough to transfer them to another element or unit and give them a fair shot. We make a significant investment in our soldiers. There must be at least one comprehensive counseling. Any more counseling are discretionary. If there is a transfer, it requires at least 3 months in each unit. It must be between battalion and higher, and transfer exceptions apply. So, hope you got something out of today's presentation. I'd like to ask you to follow us on Facebook at AskTop and Mentor Military. We greatly appreciate those that visit us at mentormilitary.com for their professional development needs. Can't thank you enough for all you do to support us. Look forward to sharing another presentation with you in the near future.